Hello everyone, welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're bringing you the second part of Christmas Chronicles.
Another Christmas lesson to get you in the Christmas spirit.
Christmas and useful language for all of our listeners today.
That's right. In today's lesson, we'll be learning some great Christmas vocabulary.
And police-related vocabulary as well.
Now, Christmas, police vocabulary, how exactly does that fit together?
Well, they don't. But here at English Pod, we can make anything happen, so that's why we have done this.
To be creative.
To be creative. So let's take a look at our vocabulary preview for this lesson.
Vocabulary preview.
In today's vocabulary preview, we've got 2 words from our dialogue that you will need to know to understand this dialogue.
The first one is elves.
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 Elves. And this is the plural of the word elf.
Elf, right.
So elves are
little people.
little people with pointy hats?
With pointy hats, Santa's helpers.
Okay, so elves.
Elves.
Our next word is candy cane.
Candy cane.
Candy cane.
Candy cane.
So a candy cane is a traditional Christmas candy, right?
Yes, it's red and white.
And kind of shaped like a J?
Like a J, yeah.
Okay, so
it's very traditional.
Yeah, you hang them on the tree and you eat them at Christmas time.
Yes.
Tastes like peppermint.
Okay, well, I guess we're ready to listen to our dialogue for the first time. And it's gonna be kind of fast, but
don't worry if you don't understand everything, because we'll come back and talk about some of the language later.
Hey fellas, you can't take me to jail. Don't you know who I am? Kris Kringle, you know. Papa Noel, Père Noel, Baba Natale, 圣诞老人.
Yeah, we've heard that one before, haven't we, Joe?
Yeah, last week we booked this guy who claimed to be the Tooth Fairy. Can you believe that?
It's Christmas Eve and I have all these presents to deliver. Where's your Christmas spirit? What'll happen when all the children wake up tomorrow and don't find any gifts in their stockings?
Sorry, buddy, you were parked in a no parking zone. You were speeding and you have no ID.
Besides that, even if we let you go now, your sleigh's been impounded and those reindeer were taken to the city zoo.
What? This is unbelievable. What's this world coming to? Christmas is ruined.
What's that up ahead? It looks like elves. Whoa, they're shooting candy canes. Mayday, mayday, we're under heavy attack. We need backup.
okay, so Santa has escaped from the police car, eh?
Thank God.
It's like a war over there. They were really firing everything.
I know. I mean, those elves are
aggressive.
Very aggressive.
Okay, well, we can take a look at some great vocabulary from this dialogue. Why don't we start with our language takeaway for today?
Language takeaway.
In today's language takeaway, we have 5 really important words that we hope you will take away from the lesson.
Exactly, and the first word that we have today is booked.
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 Booked is another way of saying
arrested.
Arrested.
Yeah, it's a slang word, hey?
It's kind of slangy, yeah. Yeah, it's a slang word. Booked.
Okay, next word. Speeding.
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 So Santa was speeding because he was
going too fast.
Driving too fast, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Going over the speed limit.
Exactly. Third word today is
impounded.
Impounded.
Impounded. That's when your car gets arrested.
Your car gets arrested?
Yeah. They take your car to car jail.
Okay, so my car is in car jail. I think I understand.
It's impounded.
Okay, so the police take my car and I have to
pay to get it out.
Okay. Let's move to our next word. Ruined.
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 We have a few examples for us to listen to understand the meaning of this word.
Example 1.
It's been raining for 5 days. Our vacation is ruined.
Example 2.
Look at this hole. You've ruined my favorite pair of jeans.
Example 3.
Sam, You've been caught stealing from the company. Your chances for a promotion are ruined.
Okay, great examples. And basically, ruined means
Destroyed.
destroyed.
Yeah, messed up.
Messed up. Okay. Now for our last word, back up. Back up. So now for our last word. Okay. So now for our last word and language takeaway, back up.
Back up.
Back up.
Back up.
So backup is
Help.
help.
Yeah.
Right?
So when you call for backup, you call for help.
Yeah, you see it all the time in war movies, police, call for backup.
Yeah.
Right?
I think, though, it's important to point out that here the pronunciation and stress of this phrase is really important, hey?
Yes, yes.
You have to say back up.
Backup.
Back up.
Yeah.
So both words are stressed at about the same level, hey?
Backup.
Because if you were to say back up,
That means to move back.
exactly.
Yeah, it's different. So back up, back up.
Yes, the stress is important.
The stress.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I think with those words in mind, it's time for us to listen to the dialogue a second time.
Hey there, dear listeners. Welcome to another exciting episode that mixes laughter, learning, and a little bit of law and order. My name's Liana, and I hope your Christmas spirit is shining bright today.
And I'm Luca. You're listening to one of the most unique Christmas English lessons ever, where Santa meets the police and English learners meet fun vocabulary.
Oh, yes. Imagine Santa driving his sleigh too fast in the snowy sky, and the police are right behind him with flashing lights.
Pull over, sir. This is a speed zone, not a sleigh zone.
And Santa's like, "But officer, I'm late for Christmas Eve deliveries."
And that, my friends, is where our story and your English lesson begins. Today, we're mixing the magic of Christmas with some powerful police and action vocabulary.
Exactly. We'll learn how words that sound serious, like arrest, evidence, suspect, and backup, can actually help you sound confident and natural in daily English.
That's right. And we'll do it in the most fun way possible, through stories, examples, and a little Christmas drama.
All right, so let's start with a question. Luca, what's the first word that comes to your mind when you think of both Christmas and police?
Playful, caught, because Santa always gets caught sneaking into houses.
That's true. And that brings us to our first word, caught red-handed. It means to be caught while doing something wrong.
Exactly. For example, the thief was caught red-handed stealing presents. But you can also use it playfully, like, my little brother was caught red-handed eating all the Christmas cookies.
Perfect. That phrase is full of color and emotion. Red-handed means literally your hands are red, like you were caught with evidence of your mistake.
And it's a super useful phrase in everyday English. Imagine your coworker eating the last donut. You can joke, caught red-handed.
Exactly. It helps you sound friendly and natural in conversations.
So, listeners, if you remember only one thing from this moment, remember that English idioms are your best friends. They make your English sound alive.
Beautifully said. Now let's learn another useful one, under arrest. It means someone is officially taken by police for breaking the law.
Right, but we can use it in daily life in a funny way too. For example, you're under arrest for drinking all the hot chocolate.
I love that. Or you're under arrest for being too cute.
That's the best kind of arrest. So under arrest can be serious or playful depending on your tone.
Exactly. English is all about how you say things, not just what you say.
True. Let's move to another important word, suspect. It's one of those words you hear all the time in TV shows.
Yes. As a noun, suspect means the person who may have done something wrong. For example, the police are looking for the suspect.
Right. And as a verb, it means to think someone might be guilty. I suspect my cat stole my socks.
Luca, maybe your cat is part of Santa's secret gift delivery team.
If that's true, she's definitely under investigation.
Oh, another great word, investigation. It means when the police or anyone tries to find the truth about something.
Exactly. There's an investigation into who ate the last piece of cake. That's a family mystery every year.
True. And that's how you can learn, by connecting serious vocabulary to your everyday life.
Yes. When you laugh, you remember faster. That's science. And also a bit of Christmas magic.
I love that combination, science and magic. Let's look at another expression, call for backup. In police English, it means to ask for help or support.
Smart. Like the officer called for backup during the chase. But in daily life, you can say, I called for backup when I couldn't carry all the shopping bags.
Or, I called for backup to finish decorating the Christmas tree.
That's my kind of teamwork. And you know, backup can also mean a saved copy of your files. Like, make sure you have a backup of your photos.
Teaching. Exactly. It's both a noun and a verb. Back up and back up. The pronunciation is the same, but the meaning changes slightly.
That's what learners should notice. Small changes make big differences in English.
Absolutely. And that's why these podcasts help. We explain the emotion and rhythm behind the words, not just the definition.
Speaking of rhythm, let's talk about ruined. It means something is destroyed or spoiled.
Right. The rain ruined our picnic, or the noise ruined my sleep. But you can use it lightly too. My diet was ruined by Christmas cookies.
I think everyone's diet gets ruined in December.
True, but we can also see it positively. Sometimes what feels ruined is just a chance to start fresh.
Beautiful thought. Like learning English. Even if you make mistakes, your progress isn't ruined. It's just being rewritten stronger.
Exactly. Every mistake is evidence that you're learning. Oh, and there's another useful word, evidence.
Yes. Explaining, it means proof or facts that show something is true. The police found evidence at the crime scene.
Or in daily life, there's evidence that smiling makes you happier.
Wow, that's my favorite kind of evidence.
So now we've got caught red-handed, under arrest, suspect, investigation, backup, ruined, and evidence. That's a lot already.
Let's add one more, claim. It means to say something is true even if others don't believe it.
Helpful. Explaining he claimed to be Santa Claus, or she claimed she saw a flying sleigh.
Officer, I claim I was delivering gifts, not speeding.
Claim denied, Santa.
You see, even grammar can be part of a Christmas story.
Warm, soft, and that's why we love teaching like this. You remember because you feel it.
Exactly. Language learning isn't about memorizing words, it's about creating stories around them.
That's so true. And you, dear listener, are the storyteller of your own English journey. Every word you learn is another light on your Christmas tree of knowledge.
Wow, that's beautiful. I might need a tissue.
Don't cry yet. We've got more learning to do. Let's end today's part with a fun recap through our Santa story.
Storytelling, cheerful. So here's the scene. It's Christmas Eve. Santa is flying fast across the night sky when suddenly blue lights flash behind him.
Storytelling, excited. The police yell, "Pull over, Santa! You're under arrest for breaking the sound barrier."
Santa says, "But officer, I claim I was saving Christmas."
Storytelling. The officer looks serious and says, "We found evidence, candy canes all over the highway."
I swear, officer, I was framed by the elves.
Storytelling. The police start their investigation, but then realize Christmas can't be canceled.
Storytelling. So they call for backup, and every police car helps Santa deliver the gifts on time.
Warm, soft, that's the best teamwork ever. And it teaches one final phrase. Case closed. It means the problem is solved.
So, case closed, Christmas saved, English learned.
Perfect ending for today's part.
Dear listeners, if you smiled, laughed, or learned something new, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. That's your way of giving us backup to keep creating more lessons like this.
Warm. Thank you for being here and learning with love, laughter, and a little law and order. Keep shining and keep your English merry and bright.
I still can't get over that moment when Santa said, "I swear, officer, I was saving Christmas." That's going to live rent-free in my head forever.
Same here. But you know, Luca, that line actually teaches something important. How to use the phrase, "I swear," naturally. It doesn't only mean to promise. It also means to strongly say that you're telling the truth.
Exactly. So when Santa says, "I swear I didn't do it," he's trying to sound honest, even though his sleigh left candy cane tire marks everywhere.
Totally guilty of being too festive. But that phrase, "I swear," is so common in everyday English. For example, "I swear I sent you that email," or "I swear I didn't eat your fries."
That last one sounds suspiciously personal.
Maybe because it is. But okay, moving on. There's another interesting word in that scene, officer. It's not just used for police. You can also say security officer or customs officer.
That's true. Officer basically means someone with official authority. For example, a flight officer welcomed the passengers.
And in polite English, it's also used with respect. "Excuse me, officer, could you please help me?" It's better than just saying, "Hey, police."
Yeah, you don't want to shout, "Hey, police," in the middle of Times Square. You'll get everyone's attention.
Exactly. And remember, in American English, we often add sir or ma'am. Yes, officer, sir.
Good tip. You know, what I love about police and action vocabulary is how often we hear it in movies, like freeze, hands up, or you have the right to remain silent.
Oh yes, those classic lines. But they can teach you real grammar. You have the right to remain silent uses the infinitive form, to remain.
Exactly. So it's not just dramatic, it's grammatically correct too.
See? Even police movies can help your English if you listen carefully. The next time you watch one, focus on verbs like arrest, chase, confess, and search.
And also on the tone. Police speak is clear, short, and direct. You'll never hear an officer say, "Excuse me, kind sir, might I inquire why you are exceeding the velocity regulation?"
That's so true. They'll just say, "You're speeding." Simple, clear, powerful English.
That's a good reminder for learners. Keep it simple. English doesn't always need fancy words. Short phrases can be strong.
Exactly. Even Santa's famous line, "Ho, ho, ho," is proof that short words can bring joy.
Maybe that's Santa's version of backup. When he laughs, all the elves show up to help.
I love that image. A whole team of elves sliding down from the sleigh, ready to save Christmas.
Speaking of saving Christmas, let's imagine how the conversation between Santa and the officer continued after he was pulled over.
Oh yes, I can picture it. Snowy road, flashing red and blue lights, and a reindeer looking guilty in the background.
The officer says, "Sir, step out of the sleigh. You've been going 80 miles per hour in a 30-mile zone."
And Santa says, "But officer, I'm on a delivery deadline. The whole world's waiting for presents."
The officer crosses his arms and says, "We've had reports of flying objects over the city. Care to explain that, sir?"
And Santa points at Rudolph. "It's all him, officer. He gets excited when he sees Christmas lights."
Meanwhile, the elves are in the back whispering, "Call for backup. We're going to be late."
That's the perfect way to learn the phrase, call for backup. It means asking for help or support when a situation is too big to handle alone.
Exactly. When I couldn't finish my essay, I called for backup from my friend. It's great for teamwork situations.
I like that. And another phrase, report. The officer would probably say, "We got a report of strange sounds in the sky."
That's a great one. Report can be both a noun and a verb. Example, I have to report this to my boss, or I read a weather report.
Just there's even a friendly use. I just wanted to report that the cookies were delicious.
That's the best kind of report.
Okay, next phrase, in trouble. The officer might say, "Santa, you're in big trouble." It means you did something wrong or are in a difficult situation.
I'm in trouble because I forgot my anniversary. Or my cat is in trouble for knocking down the Christmas tree.
That poor cat. But yes, in trouble is so common. And notice, we don't say in a trouble. No article needed.
Great grammar tip. And you know what's another fun word in this story? License. The officer would ask, "Do you have a flying license, sir?"
And Santa says, "Does nice list certification count?"
I can hear that. But learners, remember, license means official permission to do something, drive, fly, or even teach.
Right, helpful. And it's also used figuratively. He gave me license to be creative, meaning permission or freedom to do something.
That's such a nice phrase, license to be creative. It fits our podcast perfectly.
So, yes, and Christmas gives everyone license to smile more, forgive more, and eat more cookies.
Especially the last one. Okay, let's bring another police-related word, confess. It means to admit that you did something wrong.
Teaching, yes. He confessed to taking the last cupcake. Or Santa confessed to eating too many cookies at every house.
And that's why his suit keeps shrinking every year.
True. But learners, here's a grammar tip. After confess, we usually say to doing something. Example, he confessed to lying, not he confessed lying.
Yes, that too is super important. It's one of those small words that change everything.
That's why practice is key, hearing and using phrases again and again.
Exactly. The more you use them in sentences, the faster they become natural in your brain.
See? Now imagine after confessing, Santa looks at the officer and says, "Please don't impound my sleigh."
Impound, that's another great word. Teaching, it means the police take away something, usually a vehicle because of a law problem.
Right. Example, the police impounded the car for illegal parking. Or, in a funny way, my mom impounded my phone after midnight.
That's every teenager's worst nightmare.
Totally. But see, serious words can become easy when you connect them to real life.
And even more memorable when you connect them to Santa.
Exactly. Let's add one last phrase for today. Let off with a warning. It means you did something wrong, but didn't get punished.
Like, the police let me off with a warning for driving too slow.
Too slow? That's the opposite of Santa's problem.
True. In Santa's case, the officer probably said, "We'll let you off with a warning this time, but no more flying at the speed of light."
That's such a fun way to remember it. And that phrase, "let off with a warning," shows kindness, something we all need more of.
Yes, kindness never goes out of style, even when it's in police vocabulary.
And that's what makes this lesson special. We're not just learning words, we're learning the heart behind them.
Beautifully said, Liana. Words build connection, and connection builds understanding.
So, dear listeners, tell us, which word from today's story was your favorite? Was it caught red-handed, back up, or confess?
Excited. Luca, I can still picture Santa standing by his sleigh with his hands up like, "Don't shoot, I'm just delivering gifts."
Yeah, and the officer's like, "Sir, you violated the speed limit in 3 countries and 1 chimney."
That's gold. But you know, that moment actually gives us a perfect chance to teach some really cool English expressions about rules and behavior.
Amen. Let's start with the phrase breaking the law. It means doing something illegal. Not always huge, like robbing a bank. Sometimes it's small, like jaywalking or speeding.
Right. Jaywalking means crossing the street when you're not supposed to, a word every visitor to the U.S. should know.
Yes, you can say, he broke the law by parking in front of a fire hydrant. Simple and useful.
And we can also use break the law metaphorically. She broke the law of friendship by forgetting my birthday.
That's harsh but fair. And funny how laws sneak into language everywhere. Law of nature, law of attraction, even Murphy's Law.
Oh yes, Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And somehow it always does when I bake cookies.
I think Murphy's Law controls every kitchen during Christmas week.
But here's another phrase connected to police vocabulary, get away with. It means to do something wrong and not get caught or punished.
Exactly. He got away with cheating because the teacher didn't notice. Or Santa got away with delivering presents without a license.
He sure did. That expression is super common. You'll hear people say it daily. It teaches you about real conversational rhythm, too.
Yeah, it's one of those phrases that sounds so natural in everyday talk. She always gets away with being late because she smiles.
Charm is the best lawyer.
True. And speaking of lawyers, let's teach the word evidence again in a new way. It's not only for police, you can use it for proving any point.
Exactly. There's evidence that learning English through stories helps you remember better. That's real educational science.
Beautiful example. And you can also say, there's no evidence that reindeer can actually fly, but we believe anyway.
Of course we do. Christmas isn't about evidence, it's about magic.
I love that. But sometimes English learning feels like an investigation too. You look for clues, test ideas, and collect vocabulary evidence.
That's such a cool way to describe it. Learning English is like being a detective of meaning.
And detectives use another important word, case. It means a situation or problem being studied. Example, the police are working on the case.
Right, but it's also useful in daily life. In that case means if that's true. Example, you're hungry? In that case, let's order pizza.
My favorite case of all.
I thought so. So the word case teaches both serious and casual meanings, and it's one of the most flexible words you can learn.
You're right. Another related word is solve. It means to find the answer. Example, the detective solved the case. But we can also say, I solved my problem by asking for help.
Yes, and it's a lovely verb because it brings hope. Every problem can be solved with patience.
That's true in life and language learning. If a grammar rule confuses you, you can solve it by listening, repeating, and practicing.
That's such a nice message. You see, every word we learn carries life lessons too.
Speaking of lessons, let's get back to Santa's situation. He's standing there waiting while the officer checks his sleigh registration.
And Rudolph's nose is flashing nervously, lighting up the snow like a red emergency signal.
The officer says, "Sir, you're being charged with violating airspace regulations."
Santa gasps. Charged? Officer, I didn't even plug anything in.
That's the perfect way to introduce the word charge. It has several meanings: to accuse someone officially, or to ask for payment, or even to rush forward quickly.
Exactly. Example, the police charged him with theft. The store charged me $5. Or the bull charged toward the matador.
3 meanings, 1 powerful word. And it's all about context.
English is full of those. One word, many lives. That's why learning through stories like this makes them easy to remember.
Absolutely. Context is the key, just like evidence in a case. Without it, nothing makes sense.
Now, back in our little Christmas scene, Santa looks at the officer and says, "You've got it wrong. I'm innocent."
The officer squints and says, "We'll see about that." He calls for backup, and suddenly more police cars arrive, sirens mixing with Christmas carols in the distance.
What a scene. The phrase "call for backup again," it fits perfectly. It means to ask for help or support.
Yes, and you can say it in your life too. I called for backup from my team when the project got tough.
That's teamwork language, and that's what learning is. We all need backup sometimes.
True. Even Santa can't do it all alone.
Especially when he's stuck in a traffic jam of reindeer.
Attention all units. We've got 9 suspects on 4 legs blocking Main Street.
And Rudolph's like, I'm innocent, officer. My nose was on low beam.
Best line ever. But see how easily we can mix humor with vocabulary. It sticks in your memory like holiday glue.
Exactly. When you laugh, you remember the words longer. That's proven by language research.
Warm, soft. So learners, if you ever feel stressed about English, just turn your studies into stories. It makes everything lighter.
Right. Let's also highlight pronunciation a little. The word suspect. As a noun, stress the first syllable, suspect. As a verb, stress the second, suspect.
That's a golden detail. Many learners miss that. Example, the suspect confessed versus I suspect he's lying.
Perfect examples. Tiny stress changes can completely change meaning.
Same goes for record. Noun, record. I broke a record. Verb, record. I'll record a video.
Beautiful tip, Luca. And it's a reminder that pronunciation is not just sound. It's emotion, rhythm, and confidence.
Exactly. Confidence makes every word stronger. Even sorry.
I love that. You can say sorry softly or sorry. It changes everything.
You're right. That's why our Santa story works. He's confident, kind, and funny, even in trouble.
And we can all learn from that. Even when you're wrong, stay calm, stay polite, and maybe crack a joke.
Especially if the police officer is checking your sleigh registration.
Or your cookie license.
Smiling, warm. All right, let's wrap up this part beautifully. Soft. We learned get away with, break the law, evidence, charge, innocent, case, backup, and even pronunciation secrets.
That's a treasure chest of learning. But it's not just about memorizing words. It's about feeling them through real stories.
Smiling, soft, and sharing them too. So, dear listeners, if you smiled, laughed, or learned something today, so picture this, Liana. Santa's sitting in the police station now. His sleigh is parked outside with a big yellow sticker on it that says impounded.
Poor Santa. He's probably sitting there holding a candy cane like it's his lawyer.
I can just hear him say, "Officer, I swear I was just spreading joy, not breaking traffic laws."
That right there is a new phrase for our learners. Traffic laws. It means the rules that drivers must follow on the road, like speed limits, signs, and signals.
Exactly. He broke the traffic laws by not stopping at a red light. Or, it's important to follow traffic laws to stay safe.
Exactly. And there's also law enforcement. It means people or groups who make sure laws are followed, like the police, FBI, or sheriffs.
Right. Law enforcement officers are the people who protect the public and make sure everyone behaves.
You know, even though this story is funny, it also teaches respect for the rules, for others, and for kindness.
Absolutely. Because English isn't only about grammar, it's also about culture and attitude. And one thing about Americans, we love our freedom, but we respect the law too.
That's true. And that word freedom connects to the phrase free to go. When police finish checking someone and find no problem, they say, "You're free to go."
Exactly. It means you're not under arrest anymore. Example, the officer told the driver he was free to go.
I bet Santa's hoping to hear that soon.
Definitely. But before that, the officer asks him, "Do you have any witnesses?"
Great word. Witness. A witness is someone who saw what happened. For example, a witness saw the accident.
Or in daily life, "Can I get a witness?" means, can someone support what I'm saying? It's often said playfully.
I love that. Imagine Santa saying, "My witnesses are Dasher, Dancer, and Rudolph."
And Rudolph's like, sorry, boss, I plead the fifth.
Oh, that's another useful expression, plead the fifth. It comes from the U.S. Constitution. It means refusing to answer a question that might get you in trouble.
Exactly. You can say it jokingly, too. Example, who finished the ice cream? I plead the fifth.
I love that one. So American, so dramatic, and so funny.
Yeah, American English has a lot of humor hidden in law phrases. For example, case closed, under suspicion, busted, and caught in the act.
Busted is a good one. Example, he got busted for lying. It means caught doing something wrong.
So Santa definitely got busted for flying over city limits without permission.
Poor guy. The officer probably said, "We've been tracking your sleigh on radar for hours."
Smart. Radar, great word. It's a system that detects things using radio waves. Police use it to check car speeds.
Exactly. Example, the officer used radar to see how fast the car was going. Or in daily life, I'm off the radar this weekend, meaning I'll be unreachable.
Perfect. Teaching, that's how you make serious vocabulary sound natural. Turn it into everyday talk.
Right. Words have power, but how you use them makes them friendly.
Exactly. So, in the police station, the officer types Santa's name into the computer and frowns. Sir, your license number says expired 182 years ago.
Santa's like, oh, that's when I switched to the naughty nice list digital version.
That's when the elf lawyer walks in. Tiny briefcase, candy cane tie, serious face.
And he says, Your Honor, my client is not guilty. He's just guilty of spreading too much joy.
Best defense ever. That word, guilty, is another useful one. Teaching, it means someone did something wrong.
Right. Example, he felt guilty for forgetting her birthday. You can feel guilty even if it's not a crime, just when you feel bad about something.
Exactly. Guilty can describe emotions too, like guilty pleasure. Example, chocolate cake is my guilty pleasure.
That's one of my favorites. I have a whole list of guilty pleasures, from watching cheesy movies to singing carols at midnight.
And that's perfectly fine, because sometimes guilt is sweet, as long as it comes with sprinkles.
I like that. Let's also explain the opposite, innocent. It means someone didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly. The man was innocent of the crime. Or, in daily talk, don't look at me, I'm innocent.
Exactly. That's how Santa feels right now.
Then the officer sighs and says, Santa, you're free to go. But next time, slow down. The world can wait for joy 5 minutes longer.
That's such a beautiful line. Soft. It teaches patience and kindness through language.
Yes, even serious words can have gentle lessons, and that's what makes English so magical. It connects meaning to emotion.
You're absolutely right. And the best way to learn English is not to fear it. Even when you break the rules a little, it's okay. That's how you grow.
Exactly. Just like Santa, sometimes you have to take a shortcut through the sky to get the job done.
That's such a great metaphor for learning. Just fly and enjoy the view.
Speaking of flying, let's teach the phrase take off. It means when an aircraft leaves the ground. The plane took off at 7 a.m.
Teaching. Yes, and it also means to become successful. Example, her YouTube channel really took off.
Or, my appetite took off when I smelled those ginger cookies.
You and food, always connected.
What can I say? It's my guilty pleasure.
Okay, next expression, on duty. It means someone is working or responsible for something. Example, the officer was on duty last night.
And the opposite is off duty, not working. Example, the police officer helped even though he was off duty.
That's a beautiful phrase because it reminds us that kindness doesn't clock out.
Wow, that's poetic. Teaching, and it's true. Many English idioms are built from real human values.
You're right. That's why teaching through stories makes learning emotional, and emotion creates memory.
Warm. So Santa finally gets back his sleigh, waves to the officer, and says, "Merry Christmas, Officer Brown."
The officer laughs and says, "Drive safely, sir, and tell Rudolph to watch his nose brightness."
And as Santa flies off, the snow sparkles like little bits of forgiveness falling from the sky.
That's such a beautiful ending image. Maybe the real message is that even rules need warmth, and even mistakes can bring smiles.
Exactly. And language, like Christmas, connects us, not through perfection, but through meaning.
Smiling. Dear listeners, if you enjoyed learning today, remember, every word you learn is like a gift to your future self.
That's right. Keep unwrapping those gifts every day by listening, practicing, and smiling through your mistakes. So, Liana, Santa's free again. He's flying peacefully above the city, singing jingle bells, when suddenly, bam! He hears a siren from below.
No way! Again? What now?
Yeah, another police car. This time, the officer yells through the megaphone, "Sir, we need to talk about unauthorized flying objects."
Poor Santa. He just can't catch a break. But that phrase, unauthorized, is great for learners. It means something that isn't officially allowed or approved.
Exactly. Unauthorized access means going somewhere you shouldn't, or unauthorized use means using something without permission.
And you can use it in real life too, like, I made an unauthorized trip to the fridge at midnight.
Guilty as charged. And that phrase, guilty as charged, means admitting you did something wrong, usually in a funny way.
Yes, I'm guilty as charged. I ate all the cookies. It's playful self-confession.
See, even serious police words can be used with humor. That's what makes English flexible. It can sound funny, formal, or friendly depending on your tone.
True. And Santa's tone right now? Probably pure panic.
The officer shouts again, "Sir, we're asking you to land immediately."
Land. That's a good verb. It means to come down to the ground. Example, the plane landed safely.
And you can use it figuratively too. I finally landed my dream job.
Or, he landed in trouble again.
Which perfectly describes Santa's situation.
So he lands on a snowy street. People are taking photos, kids are screaming, "It's Santa!" And one officer is on his radio saying, "We've got a situation."
That phrase, "we've got a situation," is common in police or emergency talk. It means something serious is happening.
You can also use it in daily life. We've got a situation. There's no coffee left.
That's a real emergency.
So the officer approaches Santa and says, "Sir, we've received reports of flying reindeer without safety helmets."
Santa says, "Officer, my reindeer are professionals. They passed all their flying tests."
Flying tests, that's gold. But it helps us introduce another good term, license renewal. It means updating your permission to keep something valid, like your driver's license.
I need to renew my driver's license, or my visa renewal is next month.
And in Santa's case, maybe reindeer flight renewal?
I'd pay to see that test. Rudolph, parallel park in the clouds.
You'd fail, Luca.
Probably. But let's pause for a teaching moment. The phrase, pull over. It means to stop your vehicle at the side of the road.
Right. The police told the driver to pull over. Or, playfully, I had to pull over to admire the Christmas lights.
That's a lovely way to use it. And it shows how one word can sound both serious and sweet depending on context.
Exactly. Context gives English its music, and learners should practice by making little stories around these words.
That's right. For example, the officer told me to pull over, but I explained I was just chasing a runaway gingerbread man.
That's such a Luca thing to say.
What can I say? I live dangerously around dessert.
Okay, next one. Under control. It means everything is being handled or managed.
Exactly. The fire is under control. Or, don't worry, the party is under control.
But with Santa, it's definitely not under control. The reindeer are dancing, the elves are panicking, and the police are writing reports.
The officer says, "Sir, can you explain the suspicious packages in your sleigh?"
Santa says, "They're gifts, not explosives."
Another useful word, suspicious. It means something looks strange or not trustworthy.
The bag looked suspicious. Or, he gave me a suspicious look when I smiled too much.
That happens when you eat the last slice of pizza and try to look innocent.
Totally. But learners should know the opposite of suspicious is trustworthy. Example, he's a trustworthy friend.
Wow, and being trustworthy is the best gift you can give. It never goes out of style.
Gentle and so. English isn't just about words, it's about character.
So, meanwhile, back in the story, Santa opens his sleigh and shows the officer the presents.
Excited, the officer picks up one box and says, "Sir, what's inside?"
Santa replies, "Hope, laughter, and a little bit of grammar practice."
That's my kind of gift.
So the officer smiles too, realizing that maybe the world needs more Santas and fewer suspects.
That's such a beautiful thought. And that's another useful word, suspect. It means someone who might have done something wrong.
Exactly. The police arrested a suspect. Or, in daily talk, I suspect you know more than you're saying.
That's great. And remember the pronunciation difference. Suspect for noun, suspect for verb.
Perfect reminder. Learners, small stresses create big meaning.
And while we're at it, here's another phrase, turn yourself in. It means to go to the police and admit you did something wrong.
Exactly. He turned himself in after the accident.
But Santa's like, turn myself in? No way. I'm turning up the Christmas spirit instead.
I love that energy. That's another phrase, turn up. It means to increase volume or energy.
Right. Example, turn up the music or turn up the heat.
And turn up also means to appear unexpectedly. Example, he turned up late to the party.
That's the beauty of phrasal verbs. Same words, new meanings. They're like little language surprises.
See? English is full of magic boxes. Open one phrase and you find 10 meanings inside.
So finally, the officer tells Santa, "Sir, I'll let you go, but next year, file a flight plan."
Flight plan. Perfect term. It's what pilots submit before flying, showing where they'll go.
The plane filed a flight plan to New York. Or, playfully, my mom files a flight plan every time I go shopping.
That's true. Moms are the best air traffic controllers.
So, Santa finally takes off again, waving goodbye, promising to fly responsibly.
That phrase, fly responsibly, sounds funny but meaningful. It means to behave safely and thoughtfully.
And we can say drive responsibly, act responsibly, or speak responsibly. It shows maturity and care in your language.
Wow, exactly. Responsibility makes English and people shine brighter.
So true. So, the officer approaches Santa and says, "Sir, I'll let you go, but next year, file a flight plan."
Flight plan, perfect term. Teaching, it's what pilots submit before flying, showing where they'll go.
The plane filed a flight plan to New York. Or, playfully, my mom files a flight plan every time I go shopping.
That's true. Moms are the best air traffic controllers.
So, Santa finally takes off again, waving goodbye, promising to fly responsibly.
That phrase, fly responsibly, sounds funny but meaningful. It means to behave safely and thoughtfully.
And we can say drive responsibly, act responsibly, or speak responsibly. It shows maturity and care in your language.
Wow, exactly. Responsibility makes English and people shine brighter.
So true. So the officer approaches Santa and says, "Sir, I'll let you go, but next year file a flight plan."
Flight plan, perfect term. It's what pilots submit before flying, showing where they'll go.
The plane filed a flight plan to New York. Or, playfully, my mom files a flight plan every time I go shopping.
That's true. Moms are the best air traffic controllers.
So, Santa finally takes off again, waving goodbye, promising to fly responsibly.
That phrase, fly responsibly, sounds funny but meaningful. It means to behave safely and thoughtfully.
And we can say drive responsibly, act responsibly, or speak responsibly. It shows maturity and care in your language.
Wow, exactly. Responsibility makes English and people shine brighter.
So true. So, the officer approaches Santa and says, "Sir, I'll let you go, but next year, file a flight plan."
Flight plan, perfect term. Teaching, it's what pilots submit before flying, showing where they'll go.
The plane filed a flight plan to New York. Or, playfully, my mom files a flight plan every time I go shopping.
That's true. Moms are the best air traffic controllers.
So, Santa finally takes off again, waving goodbye, promising to fly responsibly.
That phrase, fly responsibly, sounds funny but meaningful. It means to behave safely and thoughtfully.
And we can say drive responsibly, act responsibly, or speak responsibly. It shows maturity and care in your language.
Wow, exactly. Responsibility makes English and people shine brighter.
So true. So, the officer approaches Santa and says, "Sir, I'll let you go, but next year, file a flight plan."
Flight plan, perfect term. Teaching, it's what pilots submit before flying, showing where they'll go.
The plane filed a flight plan to New York. Or, playfully, my mom files a flight plan every time I go shopping.
That's true. Moms are the best air traffic controllers.
So, Santa
Smiling. Luca, I can't stop thinking about that moment when Santa promised to fly responsibly. I mean, who knew Santa needed flying lessons?
Yeah, maybe next year he'll need a sleigh insurance policy. Imagine the form: type of vehicle, magic sleigh, fuel, Christmas spirit.
I'd totally insure that. But since we're talking about forms and papers, let's teach a few useful words. One of them is documentation. It means official papers that prove something is legal or true.
Exactly. You need documentation to cross the border. Or the police asked for my vehicle documentation.
Warm, gentle, and in everyday life, I lost my phone's warranty documentation. It's just a fancy word for important papers.
Right, and it connects perfectly with another term, identity. It means who you are, like your name, address, or personal details.
Helpful. Example, the officer checked his identity card. Or, online, you should protect your identity.
So, in Santa's case, he'd say, "My identity, Father Christmas, at your service."
Occupation, spreading joy. Employer, the North Pole.
Years of experience, timeless.
Okay, that's perfect. But you know, that word identity is also emotional. It's about knowing who you are, confident and proud.
Exactly. So, when you say, "I'm an English learner," wear it with pride. It's part of your identity, your growth.
Beautiful point. Every new word you learn becomes part of who you are, your language identity.
Smiling. And speaking of words, the officer still isn't sure what to do with Santa. So he says, "Sir, we'll have to run a background check."
That's a great phrase. A background check means investigating someone's history to see if they've done anything illegal or suspicious.
Exactly. They did a background check before hiring him. Or the landlord ran a background check before renting the apartment.
In Santa's case, the background check shows has entered millions of homes without permission, leaves gifts, no criminal record.
And the officer says, "So you break in, but you bring cookies? That's confusing."
And Santa goes, "Officer, that's called a positive burglary."
That's brilliant. And it brings us to another word, burglary. It means breaking into a place to steal something.
Helpful, there was a burglary at the store last night. But we can twist it humorously. There was a cookie burglary in my kitchen.
Or the chocolate thief strikes again.
Exactly. That's how you make serious vocabulary light and memorable.
So, back in the story, Santa is released again, but this time with an official warning ticket.
Oh, that's a great one. A warning ticket means a notice from the police when you've broken a rule, but they don't fine or arrest you.
The officer gave me a warning ticket for parking too long.
And it's not just for driving. Teachers, parents, even friends can give verbal warnings. Example, this is your final warning before I eat your dessert.
I've received a few of those warnings in my life.
I'm sure you have. Okay, let's throw in another expression. Keep an eye on. It means to watch something carefully.
Can you keep an eye on my bag? Or the police kept an eye on the suspect.
Or, playfully, keep an eye on the cookies before Luca eats them.
Too late. But seriously, that's one of the most useful everyday phrases in English.
It really is. Simple, friendly, and supernatural.
So, Santa flies off again, relieved but exhausted. Then he lands at a small coffee shop to rest.
The barista looks up, surprised, and says, "Sir, we don't get many sleighs around here."
Santa replies, "Yeah, I just needed a caffeine checkpoint."
That's our next vocabulary gem, checkpoint. It means a place where police or guards stop people to check papers or safety.
There's a police checkpoint at the border. Or, playfully, my kitchen is a cookie checkpoint. Everyone must taste something.
That's the tastiest checkpoint ever.
But seriously, the word checkpoint can also mean a progress point, like, let's have a learning checkpoint after every 5 lessons.
Exactly. It's a beautiful way to track progress and stay motivated.
So, motivation is what keeps both Santa and English learners flying forward.
Absolutely. Because learning, like Christmas, is about giving. Giving yourself patience, time, and joy.
And maybe some grammar wrapped in a bow.
Yes, grammar gifts are the best. They last forever.
Speaking of gifts, let's teach the phrase, give credit where it's due. It means to recognize someone's effort or success.
Helpful. Give credit where it's due. She worked really hard.
Warm, gentle, and that's what Santa does. He always gives credit to his reindeer team.
Exactly. It's leadership through kindness. And English expressions like that remind us how language connects to character.
So true. And another expression that fits is above the law. It means someone thinks they're too powerful to follow rules.
Helpful. No one is above the law. It's an important moral lesson, too.
Exactly. So, Santa's story reminds us that kindness must still respect boundaries.
Right. Even magic has limits, and that's what makes it special.
As Santa leaves the coffee shop, the barista shouts, "Drive safe, sir."
Santa waves and yells back, "I'll keep it under 100 this time."
The barista shakes her head, saying, "There goes the only man who breaks traffic laws with love."
And that's such a sweet ending. To break the law means to do something illegal, but Santa does it for good causes.
Smiling, that's the balance, rules and heart. And that's a lesson we can all learn from English and from Christmas.
I love that thought. So, dear listeners, if today's part made you smile, you know what to do.
So, Liana, after Santa left that coffee shop, he promised himself to stay out of trouble. But you know Santa, he attracts drama like magnets attract metal.
Oh, totally. He probably thought, no more police, no more tickets. But fate had other plans.
Exactly. As he's flying over the city again, a big digital billboard flashes, "Wanted, unidentified flying sleigh, reward offered."
That's hilarious. But it gives us our first phrase today, wanted. It means the police are looking for someone, usually because they've done something illegal.
Right. He's a wanted criminal. But we can also use it positively. She's a wanted speaker, meaning popular or in demand.
That's a great example. English loves words with double meanings, serious and friendly.
Exactly. And then there's reward. It means a prize or money given for doing something good, like returning a lost pet or helping the police.
The police offered a reward for information, or I got a small reward for helping my teacher.
Santa's like, a reward? What if I turn myself in and get it?
That's such a Santa thing to say. But yes, reward can also mean personal satisfaction. The real reward is seeing people smile.
That's deep and very true. Learning English works the same way. The real reward isn't just passing an exam, it's communicating confidently.
Exactly. Every time you express yourself clearly, that's your reward.
Storytelling. So, back in the story, Santa decides to land quietly on a rooftop to rest, but someone spots him.
A little boy points up and shouts, "Mom, there's a man on the roof."
The mom panics and calls 911, the emergency number in the US. That's an important one to remember. Call 911 means to ask for emergency help.
If there's a fire, call 911. Or he called 911 after the accident.
It's simple but powerful English that everyone should know.
So the police rush to the scene. Santa's confused. He just wanted to deliver gifts.
The officer yells, "Sir, get down from the roof and keep your hands visible."
Another great one. Keep your hands visible. It means don't hide your hands, usually for safety reasons.
Exactly. The officer told him to keep his hands visible. In daily life, we might say, keep your intentions visible, meaning be honest.
That's beautiful. Honesty is visibility for the heart.
Wow, Liana, that sounds like a quote on a Christmas card.
I might start printing those. Okay, so the officer comes closer and says, "Sir, what's in the bag?"
Santa says, "Presents. Want one?"
That's so Santa. But it gives us another term, evidence bag. It's a bag used by police to keep proof safely.
It's one of those TV drama words that learners often hear but rarely understand.
Right, and you can use it metaphorically too. I'm keeping that memory in my evidence bag of happiness.
That's poetic. English becomes magic when we use imagination.
So the police inspect Santa's sleigh again. They see gifts labeled with names and think, wow, he's really organized.
Santa says, "Of course, I have a database."
Database, another excellent word. It's a digital collection of information, like names, addresses, or lists.
The police search their database for the suspect, or the company keeps customer data in a database.
Warm, gentle. And for learners, you can say, I made my own vocabulary database to remember new words.
That's a brilliant tip. Keeping a database of vocabulary helps track your progress.
So back to Santa. The officer still looks serious. He says, "Sir, you're under surveillance."
Oh, that's a great word. Explaining surveillance means watching someone carefully, often using cameras.
The area is under police surveillance. Or my phone feels like it's under surveillance when my mom calls every hour.
Same here. But yes, that's an advanced word every learner should know.
And remember, pronunciation, surveillance. Stress the second syllable.
Great reminder. Pronouncing stress correctly helps you sound natural and confident.
So the police check the sleigh's GPS. It shows stops at every house on the block.
Sir, we have solid evidence you've been trespassing all night.
Trespassing, another key word. It means entering private property without permission.
No trespassing signs are common in the US, or he got fined for trespassing in a restricted area.
But it's also used playfully. My cat keeps trespassing into the neighbor's yard.
My stomach trespasses into the fridge every midnight.
Same crime, different motivation.
The officer sighs and says, I'll have to file a report.
File a report means to write an official record about something. Example, the police filed a report about the incident.
Or in everyday life, I filed a report about a lost package. It's a useful business phrase too.
Yes, and it teaches formality. File sounds more professional than send or write.
So Santa's like, "Officer, do you need me to sign anything?"
No, sir, the officer says. Just promise to stay grounded for the rest of the night.
And Santa replies, "Grounded? You mean like a teenager who broke curfew?"
That's perfect. Grounded means not allowed to go out, usually as punishment for kids.
I was grounded for a week after staying out late.
And metaphorically, grounded means calm and realistic. Example, she's very grounded despite her success.
So another great double meaning. English is full of those. That's what makes it beautiful.
So back to Santa. The officer laughs, promises to behave, and takes off one last time before dawn.
As he flies away, the officer watches and smiles, whispering, "Maybe Christmas doesn't break the law. It just bends it a little."
That's poetic, Luca. And it teaches another phrase, bend the rules. It means to do something slightly against the rules, but not completely wrong.
The teacher bent the rules and gave us extra time. Or Mom bent the rules and let us open one gift early.
That's one of my favorite phrases. It shows flexibility and kindness.
Yes, rules guide us, but compassion completes us.
Beautifully said. And that's why learning English through emotion and story helps it live in your heart, not just your head.
Exactly. Language isn't a rule book. It's a conversation with the world.
And what better way to learn than through laughter and love, the real Christmas spirit.
So, dear listeners, tell us, which new word made you laugh the most today?
Storytelling. Luca, after that long night of chaos, Santa finally lands back at the North Pole. The elves run out, cheering like fans at a rock concert.
I can see that. And one elf yells, "Boss, you've been trending on social media. Hashtag Santa under arrest."
Oh no, poor Santa. Even the internet caught him. But that gives us our first term today, trending. It means something that's becoming popular fast, especially online.
The video is trending on YouTube, or that hashtag is trending worldwide. Smiling. It's modern vocabulary every learner should know.
And it's useful even outside social media. Eco-friendly fashion is trending this year. It means popular or increasing in interest.
So Santa's reputation is trending. Not exactly how he planned his Christmas PR.
PR, perfect. That stands for public relations. It's about managing your image or reputation.
The company hired a PR manager. Or, after the incident, the celebrity needed some PR repair.
So maybe the elves are Santa's PR team. They'll fix his image before next year.
Exactly. Operation Save Santa's Reputation.
That word, reputation, it means what people think of you based on your behavior.
He has a good reputation at work. Or the restaurant's reputation depends on customer reviews.
And remember, building a reputation takes time, but losing it takes seconds, like Santa's high-speed sleigh stunt.
True, but you can always rebuild your reputation with honesty and consistency. And maybe cookies.
Always cookies. That's another great cultural tip for learners. Humor and kindness repair communication faster than perfect grammar.
Exactly. Sometimes a smile is more powerful than a dictionary.
So, in the workshop, the elves decide to hold a press conference to clear Santa's name.
Press conference, good term. Explaining, it means a meeting where someone speaks to reporters or journalists about an event.
The mayor held a press conference after the storm.
And in this story, the elf spokesperson says, Santa was not speeding, he was spreading.
That's the best PR slogan ever. And that phrase, spreading joy, it's a great idiomatic expression.
Yes. Example, she's always spreading positivity. Or, Christmas is about spreading kindness.
And learners can use it daily. I like spreading good energy.
Simple, positive English that fits everywhere.
So reporters start asking Santa questions. One says, how do you respond to the allegations of reckless flying?
Allegations, strong word. It means accusations that someone did something wrong, but not proven yet.
The company denied all allegations.
It's a good advanced word for serious discussions. But Santa, being Santa, replies, those are false allegations. I was guided by the Christmas star.
Classic. And there's another expression we can learn, false statement. It means saying something untrue, often in a legal context.
He was fined for making a false statement to the police.
But it also teaches us about honesty. English, like life, values truth. It builds trust.
That's such an important point. When you speak English with honesty, your words sound stronger, even if your grammar isn't perfect.
Exactly. And Santa proves it when he says, I might break traffic laws, but never promises.
That's so Santa. And here's another fun one, reckless. It means careless or not thinking about the danger.
He drove recklessly in the rain. Or, don't be reckless with your words.
It's a beautiful phrase when you think about it. Even language can be used recklessly or responsibly.
True. And using English responsibly means choosing words that build, not break.
So, after the press conference, Santa's name starts clearing. The news reports say, charges dropped. Christmas spirit restored.
Charges dropped. Perfect phrase. It means the police decided not to continue the case.
The charges were dropped after the misunderstanding.
It's useful in both legal and casual English. Example, I dropped the charge on my phone. Different meaning, same word.
Same sound, totally different world.
So Santa's finally relaxing by the fireplace, sipping hot cocoa, and the elves are celebrating his freedom.
So one elf says, Boss, you've been through interrogation, accusation, and still managed to deliver gifts. That's impressive.
Interrogation? Good advanced word. Explaining, it means intense questioning by the police or authority.
The suspect faced a long interrogation. Or, playfully, my mom interrogated me about where I was last night.
That's so relatable. And accusation also means someone says you did something wrong, but it's not proven.
Right. Example, he faced false accusations. It's similar to allegations, but more emotional.
English often gives us pairs like that, one formal, one emotional. Learning both makes you sound complete.
So, as Santa reflects, he says, I've learned a valuable lesson. Even kindness can look suspicious when misunderstood.
Wow, that's powerful. Teaching, and that's a good reminder that communication is about clarity, making sure people understand your intention.
Yes, gentle. In English, tone and context are as important as grammar.
Exactly. Sometimes a smile is more powerful than a dictionary.
So, in the workshop, the elves decide to hold a press conference to clear Santa's name.
Press conference, good term. Explaining, it means a meeting where someone speaks to reporters or journalists about an event.
The mayor held a press conference after the storm.
And in this story, the elf spokesperson says, Santa was not speeding, he was spreading.
That's the best PR slogan ever. And that phrase, spreading joy, it's a great idiomatic expression.
Yes. Example, she's always spreading positivity. Or, Christmas is about spreading kindness.
And learners can use it daily. I like spreading good energy. Simple, positive English that fits everywhere.
So reporters start asking Santa questions. One says, how do you respond to the allegations of reckless flying?
Allegations, strong word. It means accusations that someone did something wrong, but not proven yet.
The company denied all allegations.
Right. It's a good advanced word for serious discussions. But Santa, being Santa, replies, those are false allegations. I was guided by the Christmas star.
Classic. And there's another expression we can learn, false statement. It means saying something untrue, often in a legal context.
He was fined for making a false statement to the police.
Wow, but it also teaches us about honesty. English, like life, values truth. It builds trust.
That's such an important point. When you speak English with honesty, your words sound stronger, even if your grammar isn't perfect.
Exactly. And Santa proves it when he says, I might break traffic laws, but never promises.
That's so Santa. And here's another fun one, reckless. It means careless or not thinking about the danger.
He drove recklessly in the rain. Or, don't be reckless with your words.
It's a beautiful phrase when you think about it. Even language can be used recklessly or responsibly.
True. And using English responsibly means choosing words that build, not break.
So, after the press conference, Santa's name starts clearing. The news reports say, charges dropped. Christmas spirit restored.
The charges dropped. Perfect phrase. It means the police decided not to continue the case.
The charges were dropped after the misunderstanding.
It's useful in both legal and casual English. Example, I dropped the charge on my phone. Different meaning, same word.
Same sound, totally different world.
So Santa's finally relaxing by the fireplace, sipping hot cocoa, and the elves are celebrating his freedom.
So one elf says, Boss, you've been through interrogation, accusation, and still managed to deliver gifts. That's impressive.
Interrogation? Good advanced word. Explaining, it means intense questioning by the police or authority.
The suspect faced a long interrogation. Or, playfully, my mom interrogated me about where I was last night.
That's so relatable. And accusation also means someone says you did something wrong, but it's not proven.
Right. Example, he faced false accusations. It's similar to allegations, but more emotional.
English often gives us pairs like that, one formal, one emotional. Learning both makes you sound complete.
So, as Santa reflects, he says, I've learned a valuable lesson. Even kindness can look suspicious when misunderstood.
Wow, that's powerful. Teaching, and that's a good reminder that communication is about clarity, making sure people understand your intention.
Yes, gentle. In English, tone and context are as important as grammar.
Exactly. Sometimes a smile is more powerful than a dictionary.
So, in the workshop, the elves decide to hold a press conference to clear Santa's name.
Press conference, good term. Explaining, it means a meeting where someone speaks to reporters or journalists about an event.
The mayor held a press conference after the storm.
And in this story, the elf spokesperson says, Santa was not speeding, he was spreading.
That's the best PR slogan ever. And that phrase,
smiling. So, Liana, a week later, Santa finally sits down in his cozy red chair at the North Pole. The snow outside is calm, the reindeer are resting, and everything feels peaceful again.
It's about time. After all those police reports, warnings, and flying investigations, he deserves a break.
Totally. And Mrs. Claus walks in holding a mug of hot cocoa and says, Congratulations, dear. You survived your most criminally festive Christmas yet.
That's perfect. And the elves in the background start chanting, No more traffic tickets!
No more interrogations!
And no more radar scans!
Santa laughs, shaking his head. Guess I learned a few new words this season, he says.
That's a good phrase, learned my lesson. It means to understand something after a mistake. I was late once and I learned my lesson.
He forgot his umbrella and learned his lesson after getting soaked. It's a friendly, useful phrase for everyday life.
Exactly. And it fits Santa perfectly. Sometimes even good intentions need a little reflection.
You know, Liana, there's another good word for that. Redemption. It means making up for your mistakes or earning forgiveness.
He found redemption by helping others. It's a powerful word, full of hope.
And that's what this whole story is. Santa's redemption through laughter and learning.
That's beautiful. And we can teach one more related word, forgiveness. It means letting go of anger when someone does something wrong.
Forgiveness heals the heart, or she asked for forgiveness after her mistake.
And in Christmas spirit, it's the most meaningful word of all.
So, Santa decides to write thank you letters to everyone, the police, the lawyer elf, even Officer Brown.
That's another good phrase, thank you note. It's a small letter or message showing gratitude.
I sent a thank you note to my teacher. It's such a polite and warm habit in English culture.
Yes, and it shows respect, another universal language.
Then Santa turns on the TV. There's a breaking news headline. Santa cleared of all charges, called a symbol of holiday kindness.
That's such a happy ending. Cleared of charges means officially found not guilty.
He was cleared of charges after new evidence appeared.
And it teaches us something deep. The truth always finds its way, just like Santa always finds every chimney.
That's poetic, Liana. And you're right. Truth has its own GPS.
GPS, good people system.
Exactly. And speaking of systems, let's add one last useful phrase, in the clear. It means safe or free from trouble. After the test, I'm finally in the clear.
Or the storm passed and we're in the clear now.
It's such a calm, hopeful expression, like a peaceful sky after a storm.
And that's exactly how Santa feels. In the clear, happy, and wiser.
He opens his journal and starts writing. Dear Diary, I learned that even when things go wrong, kindness is the best evidence of innocence.
That's the quote of the year. And it secretly teaches another phrase, go wrong. It means when something doesn't happen as planned.
Everything went wrong on that trip. Or, if something can go wrong, it will. That's Murphy's Law again.
It always finds a way to return.
Yeah, but Santa didn't let things going wrong ruin his spirit. He turned mistakes into meaning.
That's the secret to both language and life. Don't fear mistakes, use them to grow.
Exactly. Every time you mispronounce, forget, or pause, you're still one step closer to fluency.
And fluency isn't about perfection. It's about connection.
Beautifully said. Because English isn't just grammar. It's emotion, culture, and courage combined.
So Santa closes his journal, looks out the window at the stars, and whispers, next year, fewer sirens, more smiles.
That line needs to be printed on a t-shirt.
Or maybe a Christmas card. May your year have fewer sirens and more smiles.
It fits perfectly. And that teaches one last beautiful word, peaceful. It means calm and full of harmony.
That's a good phrase. I feel peaceful. Or, I feel peaceful when I listen to soft music.
And the best part? Peace isn't just quietness. It's understanding, forgiveness, and balance.
And that's what Santa and all of us truly needed this season.
You're right, Liana. Whether it's a flying sleigh or learning English, what matters most is the journey and the heart we bring along.
So, dear listeners, if you've learned new words, laughed a little, or felt something warm inside, that's your Christmas reward.
Give yourself credit for understanding, improving, and staying curious.
And remember, learning English isn't a race. It's a lifelong sleigh ride full of surprises and smiles.
So keep learning, keep laughing, and keep spreading joy.
And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That's your way of keeping the English sleigh flying around the world.
Wearing learning, kind hearts, and peaceful minds, because that's the real gift we all need.
Really, fellas, you can't take me to jail. Don't you know who I am? Kris Kringle, you know. Papa Noel, Père Noel, Baba Natale, 圣诞老人.
Yeah, we've heard that one before. Haven't we, Joe?
Yeah. Last week, we booked this guy who claimed to be the Tooth Fairy. Can you believe that?
It's Christmas Eve, and I have all these presents to deliver. Where's your Christmas spirit? What will happen when all the children wake up tomorrow and don't find any gifts in their stockings?
Sorry, buddy. You were parked in a no parking zone. You were speeding, and you have no ID.
Besides that, even if we let you go now, your sleigh has been impounded and those reindeer were taken to the city zoo.
What? This is unbelievable. What's the world coming to? Christmas is ruined.
What's that up ahead? It looks like elves. Whoa, they're shooting candy canes. Mayday! Mayday! We are under heavy attack. We need backup.
Okay, so without the sound effects and without any noise, I think it's much more clear now, right?
A little less dramatic.
Less dramatic, but good language.
Yes. Speaking of good language, there's some great phrases I want to look at in this dialogue. And so let's do that in Putting It Together.
Putting it together.
We have two phrases in Putting It Together that we want to show you how you can use in many different situations. In the dialogue, we heard this.
Last week we booked this guy who claimed to be the Tooth Fairy. Last week we booked this guy who claimed to be the Tooth Fairy.
So when you claim to be something, you're saying that you are something, but it might not be true, right?
Right. So for example, you can say, this woman claimed to be your wife.
But she's not.
But she's not.
Okay, we have a few other examples of how you can use the phrase claim to.
Example 1.
Daniel claimed to be the son of a government minister, but later we found out that he was lying.
Example 2.
The criminals claim to have a gun.
Example 3.
This man here is claiming to know your father.
That's such a great phrase. Just by putting it together with another verb means something different, but still expresses that same idea.
Right. She claimed to have a baby or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move to our next phrase.
Under heavy.
Under heavy.
Under heavy.
So in the dialogue, they said we're under heavy attack.
Right.
You can also use this phrase in a couple of other ways.
Example 1.
We're under heavy attack.
Example 2.
We're under heavy fire.
Example 3.
The Prime Minister is under heavy security.
So if you're under heavy fire,
means that there's a lot of fire.
Like gunfire.
Gunfire, yeah.
Yeah, not like fire.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you're under heavy security,
it means that you have a lot of security, a lot of bodyguards or a lot of...
Right, like a prime minister, a president would be under heavy security.
Exactly.
Okay. Couple of great phrases.
Really good phrases, and with this, we can listen to our dialogue a third time.
Fellas, you can't take me to jail. Don't you know who I am? 𝗕tože Kringle, you know. Papa Noel, Père Noel, 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗶𝘀𝗁, 圣诞老人.
Yeah, we've heard that one before, haven't we, Joe?
Yeah, last week we booked this guy who claimed to be the Tooth Fairy. Can you believe that?
It's Christmas Eve and I have all these presents to deliver. Where's your Christmas spirit? What'll happen when all the children wake up tomorrow and don't find any gifts in their stockings?
Sorry, buddy. You were parked in a no parking zone. You were speeding, and you have no ID.
Besides that, even if we let you go now, your sleigh's been impounded and those reindeer were taken to the city zoo.
What? This is unbelievable. What's this world coming to? Christmas is ruined.
What's that up ahead? It looks like elves. Whoa, they're shooting candy canes. Mayday, mayday, we're under heavy attack. We need backup.
So Marco, the police mentioned something about the Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy.
I don't know, maybe some of our listeners don't know this story about the Tooth Fairy. So Can I go ahead and say it?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, well, when you're small and you lose a tooth,
Your baby teeth.
yeah, you put it underneath your pillow. And then you go to sleep. And then in the night, the tooth fairy comes into the house, flies into the house, sneaks under your pillow, takes the tooth, and puts money there.
Ah, I see.
So this is a story that parents tell their kids about what happens to their baby teeth.
And they get money in exchange for it.
Right, so I guess it takes away the sadness of losing that tooth.
Yeah. But in South America, for example, we have the tooth mouse.
The tooth mouse.
Yes, the tooth mouse.
What is it? How is it called in Spanish?
Oh, well, in some places it's called ratoncito Pérez. Like it has a last name, Pérez.
Oh, really?
In other places it's just called ratoncito, raton, which means mouse.
Okay, so it'd be like Tooth Fairy Smith.
Tooth Fairy Smith. And it's the same thing. It's a little mouse that comes in and steals a little tooth from you and leaves money in exchange.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So we go from Santa Claus to Guns N' Wars to the Tooth Fairy.
Only at English Pod.
Exactly. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you have any questions or comments about the lesson, please visit our website, englishpod.com. All right, well, we're out of time. We got to go. We've got some Christmas shopping to do.
Yes, Christmas shopping. So we'll see you guys later. And until then, it's
goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Take someone who is arrested to a place where other criminals are kept. Take someone to jail. Arrest. Book. Say something is true when some people say it may not be true. Claim. Large sock. Traditionally, Christmas gifts are put inside on the Christmas Eve. Stocking. Drive faster than legal speed limit. Speed. Held by the police. Impound. Damaged or destroyed. Ruined. Large deer that lives in the north part of the globe. Reindeer. Small creatures in stories that have pointed ears and magic powers. Elf. A stick-shaped candy with red and white curves on the top. Candy cane. Being attacked or hurt. Under heavy. Help. Back up. Charge. Make a moving car move to the side of the road. Pull someone over. A sudden attack. Ambush. Small gifts that are put in the Christmas stocking. Stocking stuffer. Christmas ornament. Let's try that faster. Say something is true when some people say it may not be true. Claim. Arrest. Book. Held by the police. Impound. A stick-shaped candy with red and white curves on the top. Candy cane. Charge. Take someone who is arrested to a place where other criminals are kept. Take someone to jail. Damaged or destroyed. Ruined. Christmas ornament. Small gifts that are put in the Christmas stocking. Stocking stuffer. Large deer that lives in the north part of the globe. Reindeer. A sudden attack. Ambush. Large sock. Traditionally, Christmas gifts are put inside on the Christmas Eve. Stocking. Help. Back up. Small creatures in stories that have pointed ears and magic powers. Elf. Make a moving car move to the side of the road. Pull someone over. Drive faster than legal speed limit. Speed. Being attacked or hurt. Under heavy. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Take someone to jail. Sir, I'm sorry to inform you that your son was taken to jail. Take someone to jail. Her husband was arrested for stealing, and he was taken to jail yesterday. Take someone to jail. You will be taken to jail if you hit me. Book. We just booked this guy for murder. Book. Book this guy, officer. He was trying to break into my car. Book. Watch out for that guy. He was booked for fighting in the street. Claim. Daniel claimed to be the son of a government minister, but later we found out he was lying. Claim. The criminals claim to have a gun. Claim. This man here is claiming to know your father. Speed. Slow down. I don't want to get caught speeding. Speed. I got caught speeding and now I must pay a fine. Speed. I was speeding, but luckily the police officer didn't see me. Impound. My father's car was impounded because it was parked in a no parking zone. Impound. The police impounded this ship as it was carrying illegal drugs. Impound. What should I do if my car gets impounded? Ruined. It's been raining for 5 days. Our vacation is ruined. Ruined. Look at this hole. You've ruined my favorite pair of jeans. Ruined. Sam, you've been caught stealing from the company. Your chances for a promotion are ruined. Under heavy. We're under heavy attack. Under heavy. We're under heavy fire. Under heavy. The Prime Minister is under heavy security. Back up. This looks like a difficult situation. I think we're going to need backup. Back up. The police called for backup because the criminal had a gun. Back up. I'll be your backup in case something goes wrong.